Kia ora e te iwi and welcome to The Chew. Coming at you from the Pūrākau studio here in Te Atamira, Queenstown, New Zealand. Ko Arrowtown Dad tēnei, and today we are chewing the fat with Jordan Tuhura from Tuatahi Creatives. Kia ora, Jordan.
Hi, kia ora, mate.
Now, to kick things off, can I get you to introduce yourself and then have a bit of a chat about where you grew up?
Kia ora. Ko Jordan Tuhura hau, e uri ngā paraurangi. Ko kurangi te maunga, ko aputa awa, ko Ngāti Parau te iwi. Ko nukutai memeha me horuta ngā waka. Ko te aitanga mate me te whanau rākai roa ngā hapu. He kai whakaere matua o Tuatahi Creatives. So, kia ora everyone. My name is Jordan Tuhura. I grew up in Gisborne, on the east coast of the North Island there, and moved down to Queenstown in the year 1999. Yeah, just at the tail end of 1999. And I remember, just because I remember the year 2000 being celebrated on our first year here. So, yeah, I would say I'm somewhat of a local, I guess.
Sweet.
In Queenstown. And yeah, kia ora.
Awesome. I didn't know you were whanau rākai roa. That's, me too, actually.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And Kiki Marae, that's one of my marae that I whakapapa back to. So, yeah. So, we'll have a chat about your childhood growing up. So, how old were you when you left Gisborne?
I believe I was 10.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. And where in Gizzy were you living at the time?
We lived all over the show in Gizzy. I think the last place we lived was in Mangapapa.
Oh, yeah.
So I went to Mangapapa Primary School.
Oh, crack up.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, sweet. And can you remember much of your time growing up in Gizzy?
Yeah, a little bit, just flashes of my time in Gizzy. Obviously, a lot different to Queenstown. Yeah. We were actually having a conversation just recently. I just remember that I actually went to Kohanga up the coast. So we actually lived up the coast for a while there.
Yep.
Obviously, I just remember flashes. I went to Hiruharama Primary School. I think it was Hiruharama Primary School as well up there.
Yep.
Then we moved, back up to Gizzy, and I always just remember moving around everywhere because like new houses almost every year or 2 years. And then, so Mangapapa, and then we lived with my nan and papa for a bit up in Wairingakuri.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not too sure if you've been out that way, but
yeah.
A bit outside of town, and so I went to the school there, and so that was a bit of a blur, like all my time in Gizzy, but I remember that time.
Did you, of what you remember, was it good times, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, no, it was cool. I mean, lots more Māoris than down here. I just remember like a lot of good times with my cousins and that. It's quite cool. Always have heaps of mates just from having all the cousins and that.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Just whānau is similar to us. Just Māori whānau, the typical Māori whānau and that. So yeah. So you moved down here in 99. You were about 10 years old. Yeah. So you just went from Gizzy straight to Queenstown? Yeah, straight to Queenstown. It was a bit of a trip. I still remember like crossing the ferry and then the whole trip down, just my eyes being wide open at just the different landscapes. And, it's beautiful, yeah. So
what triggered the move for the whānau to come to Queenstown? Because that's quite a departure from Gizzy, eh?
Yeah, different place. I think it was like my dad's dream, mate. So I had to, give a mihi to the old man for that one.
Sweet.
And I think it was always that he talked about it a lot, and it was actually my mum that pulled the trigger on it. So she was like, "No, well, let's do it. Let's move them down there."
Wow.
And, I've got to give them all the praise in the world for it. I think, it'd been a different place for myself anyway, and my brothers and sisters. So. And
so you've pretty much been here ever since.
Yeah.
Spent pockets of time living away, and then come back again.
Just like our tipuna, a bit of a to be Haere whala, always travelling here, there and everywhere. So I've spent a bit of time over in Sydney. I did some work over there, and then Christchurch. I lived in Christchurch for a bit. Just all over the place.
That's funny. It's funny you went to all the same places as well, bro.
Probably,
crack up.
Probably following it.
And so Tell us about the I guess the culture shock, bro, of going from Gizzy, from what you can remember, and then growing up, especially as a young Māori fella in Queenstown. That must have been a bit of a shock.
Yeah, definitely different. Like, I remember actually, like, the first time I come down, obviously, like, the scenery and stuff, it's beautiful. I just seen all the mountains and lakes and all that sort of thing. But the biggest culture shock I had, I remember, was the first time I actually got to stay over at one of my Pākehā mates' houses. And I don't know why, I just thought about it, like, overthought it way too much. I was like, how do they eat? Like, what kind of, like, what do they have, the, like, silver fork and silver, do I have to practice, like, with the cutlery, or, like, or do I just
like the movies, bro.
Just pick out, like, either at home or what happens, like, every little thing I was like, it was different, like.
It's funny how, like, you it's hard to be comfortable. So I've been through that too, bro. I remember the first time I went to, I got invited to a Pākehā friend's house, and I'm like, that was like a shock to me. I was like, what? Why do you want me to come to your house? And he's like, just come over and, like, we'll get something to eat and have a ride around on the motorbikes and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was the same, bro. I was like, what do I do? I was like, Mum, what do I do?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
How do I sit? Yeah, and of course you watch those movies, bro, and they're all fucking the knives and forks. Don't touch that one. Oh, shit.
100%.
And so, did you go through any sort of kind of bullying and stuff at school, bro, or were you the bully?
Nah, here and there. Yeah, I did sort of, catch a bit of flack in there for being Māori, I guess, and being a bit different. But I guess, I sort of just brushed it off. But I guess sort of reflecting back, like, some of the things that were said to me probably weren't all good.
Yeah.
I would say that I did stand up for myself, like, some of those situations and that. But
cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's just natural, I guess. People have differences, and then people say things that are...
Yeah.
But,
yeah. And so, so did you hold on to your Māoritanga that whole time? Was Māori still like a prominent thing within your whānau on a daily, well, not daily basis, but just as a form of identity?
Oh, definitely as a form of identity. Yeah, like, I still knew my Ngāti Porotanga and all of that sort of thing. I think it was just drummed in us at a very young age.
It was,
Yeah, like, I didn't sort of realise until kind of reflecting back. We didn't really speak too much reo in our whare, but like, mum and dad were also, like, say, lots of kupu Māori and stuff. They were I just knew just from them speaking in everyday conversation. But definitely knew our whānau, like our marae, and knew where we were from. And
sweet.
Yeah, I think just our values. Like, I think the more that I've connected to my Ngāti Porotanga, the more I've realised it's just sort of solidifying who I already am, and some of the things like values and stuff.
Yeah, but you already knew it,
Yeah,
like, you grew up with it anyway.
Yeah,
that's awesome, bro. Because when whānau move away from home, sometimes it can be hard to keep those connections.
Yeah.
Did you keep going back for holidays and stuff?
Yeah, we did, and it was just the drive back. So, like, there is a drive all the way from, what was it, like 10, 11 hours from here to Picton, then catch ferry, 3.5 hours, and from Wellington to Gizzy was like another 7 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know how we used to do it, Like, the old man used to make us do it from, like, kids, and I like literally just do it all in one as well. Like, we wouldn't stay anywhere, we'd just try to knock it all out, and then him and mum would just take turns in driving. The kids would just sleep on the way.
Oh man, I mean, I do remember those times sleeping in the car, because man, it must have been a thing back in those days. We drove everywhere too. Like, nobody ever flew anywhere. It didn't matter where it was you drove. Because my uncle's been living down in Invercargill since like the 60s or 70s, and so we used to do trips down here, and they would always take vans and stuff, van loads of us, bro. So
massive road trips.
And so was your experience growing up in Queenstown mostly positive?
I would say mostly positive, really, really friendly people and that, and Yeah, I mean, there was no like sort of. I felt safe here. I thought the thing would be the main thing, like going back home to Gizzy and stuff. Like sometimes you're just a bit like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this place. Like it's a bit sketchy every now and again. But here, I was walking the streets as a kid and felt safe as like. Always leave leaving your stuff open and stuff, bro. Like heaps of people buzz out when they come down here, like whānau, and they're like, "Are you just gonna leave your car open?" I'm like, no, that's just what we do here. Don't check my car, but I know. I had a house open and all that sort of thing. Like that's just you just don't do that up north.
Nah,
you can't.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different life down here, eh? I'm not going to say Gisborne's different. I'm going to say Queenstown's different. Queenstown's quite different from the rest of New Zealand.
Yeah,
that safety aspect is awesome, eh?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's hard to believe that in today's kind of world, we do that, bro. Like we leave the house open. We tell people the house is open. If we're away and they're like, oh, I just want to pop around, say hi or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, we're not home, but just go around, help yourself. Yeah. Whatever's in the fridge, go for it. And I that's one thing I love about this place. It's going to be a hard place to leave, I think.
Yeah.
Do you ever think that you'll leave Queenstown at some point?
I don't know. I mean, at the moment, I'm sort of planning on being here for a good while, like at least next 5 to 10 years, hopefully, and just see what happens there. I think I'll just take it in stints of 5 years and see where I'm at that point.
Oh, nice. That's a good way to do it, bro. Every 5 years, have a revisit.
See if I'm still sort of feeling the place and all that sort of thing.
Cool. Good chat, bro. So, now your business, Tuatahi Creatives. Yep. So I love the kōrero about where you got that name from. Do you want to give us that kōrero?
Yeah, I'll see if I can still do this. So the name Tuatahi loosely translates to first, and we say the first creators, I guess, if you want to translate it in a Pākehā form. But 3 reasons, and the main 3 reasons was first to acknowledge our indigeneity as Māori. So the first peoples of Aotearoa. The second is to acknowledge our Ngāti Porotanga as like the first people to see the sun in the world. And then the third is to acknowledge our tipuna Māui, Tiki Tāranga, as the first navigator, voyager of Aotearoa. So for those 3 reasons.
Love that. That's so cool, bro. And so... so tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, so Tuatahi Creatives is a creative agency, so all forms of creativity. So we do design, art, film. We're doing a lot in that space at the moment. Basically everything, moko, everything creative, so all with that sort of Māori flair and Māori creativity and wahatanga and all that sort of thing. So that's us, bro. But
your business focus is really from a Māori worldview perspective.
Māori perspective, 100%.
Yeah, cool. So, and do you collaborate a lot with the local community or other Māori businesses, even not within this region, maybe outside the region?
Yeah, both within the region and outside of. Like, it's been quite cool. Doing a lot of projects, like homegrown projects here, and then also like being able to do projects back up home. So like being able to connect and do some projects up the coast, and then it's the coolest thing I guess about this journey is it's been a way for me to connect back to my Māoritanga and in a sense I guess sort of connect to who I am, my Ngāti Porotanga and all that sort of thing. So I get to do that every day, so I feel very privileged to be in the position that I am in at the moment.
And you get paid for it.
I get paid for it, so
you've figured it out, bro.
Crack the lotto.
Yeah, because we always, at school you get kind of told you have to go and be a teacher or a fireman or you've got to follow something that to make yourself useful in society, all that kind of blah, you know. But really, now that I'm old, I've kind of come to the realisation that that's the best thing to do, follow a passion, something that you're passionate about, and make that your life, make that your work. Like, oh, God.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because for me, it's like, But you got to define what success really is, and you can't let other people's noise, outside noise, like whether it's your family, your friends, or whether it's society that's telling you this is what success is. You got to figure that out for yourself. So I'm glad that I've just listened to myself and figured out what success is for me, and just followed that path. And luckily I found the thing that I wanted to do, and it's all sort of
and good at it.
So no,
I've actually got a project I need to at some point come and see you guys about.
For sure,
as soon as I find some spare time.
No, definitely breaking.
And so, what do you love the most about? I mean, it's probably quite easy to answer this question now that we've already had this chat. But what do you love the most about what you do in your business? And secondly, what do you find the most challenging?
What I love most about it. It's hard because there's so many things that I love about what I do.
I bet.
Like I say, I think it's just staying true to who I am. I get to stay true to who I am. I don't have to sort of deviate to fit other people and what they want me to do and all that sort of thing. It's like, you got the creative side of things, which I love doing. You got the business side of things, which I love doing. You get the cultural side of things, which I love doing. And so, it's hard. I can't really.
Fantastic.
I can't pick one, but I would just say just being able to stay true to who I am.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so, what are your biggest challenges? Do you find as a business owner?
As a business owner, biggest challenges.
Doing your GST.
The accounting stuff. Well, luckily I'm actually a qualified accountant, so. I went down that path, and so luckily it sucked at the time, but now it's actually quite good being able to do the numbers and that.
Man.
So it helps out heaps. So I'm actually stoked that I did that, because it didn't feel like it's one of those things that you wasted your time on. I'm like, no, that's actually quite cool.
Holy moly. So in all that, you managed to become a qualified accountant along the way.
So got to dance through a few different careers in that, and finally found my way to this. But
nice.
My biggest challenge, I don't know.
It's good, bro. If you're taking a long time to come up with one, life must be pretty good. Do you have times where the creativity gets a little bit stifled, or are you always like new ideas coming all the time?
Always got ideas, man. So.
Just never have enough time to do it all.
Maybe it's just that. Like I think maybe the biggest challenge is finding like-minded people. Like it's quite hard to get people that have like the creativity side of things, but then can also like do it at a professional level. And it's not to fucking eat anyone's mana, but it just means that it's hard to like take the time to be able to teach them to get to that point. And also do your job as well. So I'd love to like be able to.
So turn up on time, whānau.
Turn up on time, and I'd say probably that. Just not enough creatives and stuff in the space. So it'd be cool to like get more and more people. At this level doing like creative, because there's so many creative Māori,
totally.
I think all Māori I've met like have some sort of creative side to them, like all of them, it's nuts. So I think it just gets stifled a bit because they have to move into like the jobs and get the money stuff. And all that sort of thing. So hopefully we can sort of carve out some more pathways and stuff for more.
You're dead right, bro. You're dead right, because one of the things that always cracks me up is just because you play guitar, people think you can sing. And then they go, oh, he's a musician, sing us a song. And then you start singing, they go, ooh. That voice is a bit rough, bro. And I'm like, I'm just a guitar player, bro. I'm not the singer, And then you come across others that have never touched the guitar, but they do tamoko. And then others you come across there, like they do handi, harakeke, rāranga weaving,
there's
it's
something.
There's just something, Every single one of us has got a thing that we're really good
outlet. So I hope that more Māori and stuff, in whatever capacity, touch into that side more way,
Yeah,
So, yeah.
or don't get sort of duped into you got to follow that mainstream thinking,
Yeah.
you know, and go and get a 9-to-5 job and sit in it for 50 years, that kind of thing.
Yeah, hard up.
Yeah.
You can do what you love, eh?
Yeah. And so this is going to be quite an easy... It might not even be a question for you, actually, because it's kind of obvious, but I'm going to ask it anyway. So how does being Māori influence your business?
Yeah, it's just...
Is it everything about it?
Everything. Yeah. Just everything about it, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We're a Māori business, like through and through, yeah. And that's it.
And do you connect in with other Māori businesses within this community?
Yep. So yeah, we've been we'll do mahi with Māori at the moment.
Right.
Some of the schools and stuff we're doing mahi with. Yeah, I mean we see them all the time. We know them, so yeah.
Oh, you again?
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So this interview is actually part of a collaboration with KUMA, Southern Māori Business Network.
Yeah.
And so we're going to shift focus to sort of talk about some of those aspects relating to KUMA now.
Yeah.
So you attended the recent awards dinner, yeah?
Yeah.
And so what was your experience in that? Did you enjoy it? And what was some of the good takeaways that you took away from that awards dinner?
Yeah, the host was pretty good.
Yeah, he was. He was top draw, that fella.
No, he did do a good job. I sort of said it off camera, but yeah, I was really
thanks, bro.
Really impressed by that. That was cool. But beyond that, it was just cool to get I guess sort of more Māori in the room and like connecting and all that sort of thing. I managed to have a few conversations with people that I just haven't met before, outside of Tahuna as well, which was really cool. And just to celebrate, like all the achievements of all the businesses and that. And I guess especially Māori, I feel like we don't do a good job of celebrating ourselves sometimes, and especially I know a lot of whānau and a lot of people, a lot of our rangatira and stuff that just work and then sometimes they just don't get acknowledged, and a lot of their stuff just gets
many of them don't.
Yeah,
we all know that all the mahi that Ned does, Matua Ned, and and everyone knows him, and I guess some people could say he gets acknowledged, but I don't think he gets acknowledged anywhere near as much as he should.
Yeah.
He does so much work in this 100%. Community, eh?
Yeah. So it's it's good to have these kaupapa where these people get acknowledged and for their mahi and all the things that they're doing for our communities, and also just doing this Pākehā Māori and whatever their kaupapa may be.
Yeah. Awesome, bro. And so you ended up. Tuatahi Creatives ended up with the highly commended Te Tohu Petomata, the Emerging Business Award.
Yeah.
So
cool.
I mean, how did it feel getting your name called out and then going up on stage?
I just didn't know whether I was going to get anything, to be honest. So it was cool. We just I was damn, I didn't practice the speech, but so sort of taken off guard a bit with it, but pretty stoked. It's cool, to be acknowledged in that space. But because I didn't know how anything would be judged or things like that, because it would be quite hard, I guess, for the judges and that. So
of course, because it's so disparate.
How do you compare a community business with a
with this
creative business with a people that do health or whatever it may be. So that would have been quite tough, I guess, to sort of measure them up. And
totally agree.
So just real thankful and privileged to receive that.
And so you'll probably know that a lot of Māori, we just spoke about it with some of our people that work hard in the background in the community. So a lot of them, probably aren't comfortable coming to things like awards dinners. And doing that kind of
having a fancy
not really
dress
for me.
on and all that sort of thing.
My best dressed stuff is just my high vis and my jeans. So, what advice would you give to people who would never normally come into that space? In order to get them there to come along to sort of celebrate as Māori business owners, given that you know, the vibe at the awards dinner wasn't like a corporate vibe. It was, I mean, I don't know how you felt, but I felt like just like a friendly whānau type vibe.
Yeah. Well, I guess what I'd say is I think it's just important to just connect with people, and like in those sort of settings, like I'm sort of going to take it left and then I'll come back to it, but like even like I've sort of changed my thoughts on like things like weddings and all those sorts of things. You know, some people are just like, I don't want to do a big wedding and all that sort of thing, but it's like it's not about like you and the person. It's also about like the whānau that comes together and strengthening that bond and that connection between the two whānau. So in that sense, it's bringing it back. Like it's about bringing these people and strengthening bonds and connections that are, you know, positive. So why not come along and be part of that?
Be part of it.
Be part of that, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good advice, bro. Good advice. So do you have any, like, have you had a bit of interaction with KUMA directly?
Yeah, so we do a bit of mahi with Kamala and Maria and that with the KUMA squad down here. We're pretty fortunate to actually run one of the breakfast huis at our studio, so that was cool. Just being able to show some of them what we do in our mahi and all that sort of thing. But yeah, we're pretty nice with all of them, and
cool.
All that pata whānau.
Yeah,
So,
you think is there anything else that KUMA could do to help other Māori businesses in the region?
Question. Just more kaupapa, I guess, just to give people more opportunity to connect like they already have.
Yep. More pūtea.
Yeah, more pūtea. That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good incentive to bring the whānau along now.
Yeah, better kai.
Pūtea and kai, maybe some seafood, crayfish.
So we have a few Māori businesses in the region, eh? You know, people wouldn't believe that here in Queenstown we have so much Māori business going on down here, Māori focused kaupapa.
Yeah.
So what are those unique, and we touched on things like the creativity. So what aspects that are unique to Māori do you think that Māori bring to the business table?
Yeah, I think it comes down to tikanga in that, like also like our values as Māori that are inherently Māori. So, you know, to name all the tangas, I guess, you know, whanaungatanga, manaakitanga, all those things.
Tautokotanga.
No, they are, like, you know, I think with business, you know, non-Māori businesses, I won't speak for all, but a lot of non-Māori businesses is just focused on the business, whereas our Māori business is also a huge community aspect. Yeah. Like, because we're a limited liability company or like a purely business company, but, you know, we do have an inherent duty, I guess, as a Māori business to uplift our community in whatever way we can, and all that sort of thing. So, I would say just those sorts of things, our values, and also just an inherent responsibility to also give back to the community.
Nice. Yeah, good message, bro. And do you think there's anything we could do better as a Māori community to come together more as a business community?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it'd be cool to, well, I mean, you know, KUMA has already sort of provided those opportunities. I think just more, and like having like focus groups or like, you know, like mastermind groups. I know that they do that. I think that'd be quite cool.
What's a mastermind group?
So basically you gather like a group of like entrepreneurs all in different businesses, and then they all sort of talk about each other's businesses, and then like the good thing about that, say, is like you know, you could have one business that gets targeted for that hui, and then everybody in that circle will be able to provide insight for that one business. So stuff like that, you know, like, because you just get people from that see things from a different perspective. And
right.
So always good to get, you know, outside advice from other people, because just like anything, sometimes you get so fixated on a problem and you can only see like this,
one way to do it.
And then, you know, you get other people's perspective, and then you start to see like their wider perspective. So something like that could be quite cool, Like,
great idea. Have you been involved in any of those in this community before? No, I haven't yet. Cool.
I think Julian, he sort of started one. Sort of at the beginning of, I'm not sure where he was at. That was a couple of months ago now, before he sort of left for up north. So I think there might be something within his realm of expertise, those sorts of things. So Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I think it'd be cool proper to do more of that sort of thing, like see where the whānau can help out and different parts of the business and that.
So where do you think your business is going in the future? Like what do you see as the future for Tuatahi Creatives?
Just doing what we're doing on a bigger scale, really. Like getting more people. Hopefully, I'd like to sort of get more into the space of like training and redevelopment, all that sort of thing within the space. Like I say, I think that this industry is in short supply of people. It'd be cool to, and they've got all the potential there. It's just sort of realising that potential so that they can get professional skills to be able to do this mahi. That'd be cool to be able to get more people like that.
And so one thing I remember about you in the early time when I first met you was you were quite active in applications for funding.
Yeah.
And so that, having gone through some of those processes myself, man, that's hard.
Yeah.
That is a hard thing to do, eh?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your experience and sort of and how you approach applying for funding, how you find funding providers, like where do you, I guess you just Google it, but it'd be cool to hear your take on that.
Yeah, I think where I sort of gained the skills from it was sort of like a transferable skill. So I remember I got real good at writing CVs.
Right.
Yeah, got good at that, and then always throughout university and stuff when I went to Otago, I was always did really well in the internals.
Right.
So just real good at writing, I guess, just having the time to be able to sit with my thoughts.
Right.
Did really well in that. Then when it came to exam, that's when I sort of get a bit stuck. I just realised my brain wasn't a hard drive and just didn't store knowledge as well as, I guess, some people. But
so that creative writing, or not even creative, but just saw the ability to sort of articulate your thoughts through writing.
Yeah, writing and that.
Right.
And being able to research and all that sort of thing quite well. So, I think just slowly the skill kind of built, and then I found this thing of writing proposals or writing grant applications or whatever the case may be, and it just transferred really well into business. And so
wow,
that's sort of where I got to. And then just
you can make a business out of writing people's funding proposals, bro, because it's one of the downsides about what I find with a lot of some projects that you want to do within the community. A lot of it is voluntary. A lot of it is just passion because it's a Māori kaupapa. Yeah. And so by and large, there's a lot of funding opportunities out there. But I think a lot of our whānau really struggle with being able to take that step into applying for funding.
Yeah.
Not because they don't want the funding. It's just you take one look at the paperwork and you go, well, I don't even know where to start with that.
Yeah.
So, but for you, that kind of stuff is, here's another one. Is that how it works?
I would say it's still difficult. It's very timely. I would say it's obviously a lot easier for me. I do have the skills for it, but it feels like it can be quite draining as well, as you can imagine, yourself. But I think it's just basically all you're trying to do. If I was putting it into a nutshell, you're just trying to communicate value to that person. So, they've got an agenda with what they want.
Of course.
So whatever the case may be with whatever organisation, they need A, B, and C, and D. And then your job is to just have what you want to do and fit it within their criteria and communicate value to them so that, it makes it an easy yes for them, I guess.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting, because people would look at your business and go, oh yeah, they're like arty people. Yeah. They just like drawing stuff all day long, But that corporate skill set that you have in particular, not just the accounting side of it, but the ability, for me, to write applications like that, it's probably similar to writing business plans as well.
Yeah.
That's a skill set in itself, right?
Yeah. No, I'm actually real passionate about business as well. I'm a business graduate as well, but I actually genuinely love, like, my favourite board game in the world is Monopoly. Like, growing up, I loved it. Like, just that's sort of how my brain works. Just know numbers, know how to,
Yeah, I mean, I liked Monopoly as a kid too, but my cousins, they didn't have the most patience. And so at some point, the old hotels and houses would go flying across the room.
No, it was the same with our fun, bro. Like, I think that's where I got it too. It was like, because my couple of older cousins, I used to look up to them and that, and they just made me, I'll always be the one that could just lose my shit. And then I grew up and actually got good at the game. I was like, well, you wait.
You wait till I get you back.
So that sort of started my passion for, like, numbers and money and business and just whatever it was.
All right, so we're getting close to wrapping up, bro. So awesome chat, man. And so I have a quick fire question for you.
Have I?
And it might take a little bit of thought. Don't know, you might have it off the top of your head, but if you could go back in time, what advice would you give to your 18-year-old self?
My 18-year-old self. I think, like, when I was 18, I started to click a bit more. I started actually becoming a bit more mature and realising,
At 18?
Yeah, because I actually left school early, and then I realised, like, the world's actually a pretty rough place to live in, and I got slapped in the face a bit by the world, actually. And then after that, that's when I started, like, putting my head down and sort of humbled myself and started getting to work with things. But I would just say, work hard. I would say to prioritise whānau first. And then, you can do whatever else you want to after that, once they're all goods.
Don't take that job at McDonald's. It's not worth it.
No, I doubt. Follow your passions, all those sorts of things.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. And that almost wraps up our chat today. So how can people get in touch with you if they want to get in touch with you?
You can go on to our website. So tuatahi.art. It's ART art. Yeah, I don't know how we managed to suss that one, but
nice.
Worked out. So tuatahi.art or or we've got Instagram or Facebook. We're pretty open, You can just rock up to our place whenever.
Yeah, you can, literally.
Let's get a cup of tea for you. So
yeah. And any last comments, any last inspiring kōrero to throw out there?
Nah, I think
you're a humble guy, bro. You got lots you could share.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'd say actually, or to who. No, I think that's me. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh well. Nō reira rā, bro, e mihi atu nei ki a koe. Loved our chat today. Always good to meet some whanaunga as well, or have a chat to whanaunga from home. So, e te iwi, if you have any comments, if you've got any pātai, if you've got any questions for Jordan, pop them down in the comments section down below. Remember to like and follow our channel, and we'll see you on the next episode of The Chew. Mā te wā.
Kia ora.